All right, let's get this thing going. Let's talk about some motivation, some meditation, and some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. I am here to do some readings, to go ahead and start getting some people's energies going in the right way, get them into a focused mindset, into a positive place, to get their day going in the way in which they're looking to have it going. The ability to utilize what we do have with what we have on a daily basis, to utilize focus in such a way that the reflection starts to come out from within, so that other people can see on the outside what you truly are on the inside. Definitely, like I was saying, I am here to do readings. Last night I did 3 readings. You can actually go view those readings on motivation, meditation, inspiration.yoga, on my Facebook page, my YouTube page, as well as my website. Get connected. If you're looking to get a reading done and you're listening to this at a later date, leave me a comment. Remember to subscribe so you can definitely see upcoming videos and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started talking about focus while we're waiting for people to actually start queuing in, to start calling in here. You are welcome to call in. So let's go ahead and start talking about focus and how we can actually utilize this on a daily basis. So focus is a part of a foundation within yourself. It is the ability to have yourself to be in a place where you're utilizing what you do have inside of yourself, so that the challenges that you have the ability to overcome. The ability to utilize these things give you the place inside where the reflection radiates outwards, which means that the people that you're looking at, that you call motivation, you're actually seeing their reflection of focus. You're seeing in any profession or given field, or even in their own mastery, them achieving those things through their level of focus. They're achieving those things through the same types of things that I talk about and that people see working for themselves on a daily basis. And so as I go through this, as I help people out here on a daily basis, recognize that the reflection can utilize what you have inside of yourself when you utilize what you have in front of you and what you can use on a daily basis. So how do we start to get to a place where the tools that we have start to become effective? How do we start to get to the place within ourselves where the tools that we have are available to us? How do we get to the place where we start to use what we have inside, and what other people are seeing on the outside is you achieving your dreams, you achieving your goals, you getting to the place where the energy inside of yourself starts to flow in such a way that other people see the reflection on the outside. And so how do we start getting there? And so let's go ahead and start talking about this. So it's like a mountain. If you can see the top of the mountain when you start the journey, then you can see where you're going. So the ability to start to write stuff down, the ability to actually put yourself in a place where you have that kind of connection with yourself, where you have that place inside of yourself where that is actually becoming a process from within. The ability to use that kind of a process gives you the ability to master your day. And so when you start to dominate your world, when your ability to start to achieve your dreams start to become possible, utilizing the ability to write stuff down, to actually see it in front of yourself, and to actually start to utilize universal laws such as Newton's third law of motion start to work through you. And so open chat, like I was saying, the ability to call in to get readings going here is available. So as I'm continuing to talk about this, recognize that you can call in. So as we get to the place inside of ourselves where we start to see the things that we want to achieve in front of ourselves, the things that are not meant for us start to move out of the way on their own. Now, another way that we can utilize this is recognizing that we have the ability to listen to positivity. We have the ability to listen to people that are out there on a focused mastery, on a place where what they want to achieve, they are achieving. And so what people see from those that are doing that is the reflection that they identify this with as motivation. They identify this as a place from within that reflects outwards. So utilizing this process definitely is effective. Utilizing what I'm talking about on a daily basis is definitely effective. The ability to utilize your thought process in such a way that you have the ability that the reflection from within can radiate outwards gives you the ability that this universe can utilize the tools that you have. So it just gets down to how do you start to do so. Another way is listening to positivity as well. Putting yourself in a place where you're recognizing that other people that are achieving the reflection of motivation, blessings, Canary Islands, are also, it's open for readings as well. So I'm talking about focus while I'm waiting for people to call in. Last night I had people lined up asking to have readings done. So, and it will get pretty packed at a certain point here. So when we utilize what we do have, this universe has the ability to utilize what you have. And so that means if you have a tool like a mastery of studying those people that are actually achieving a reflection of focus, that are achieving a place from within themselves where the light is radiating outwards, where you're actually seeing this coming from within themselves, where you actually seeing them have the ability to where you're identifying with it as a reflection of motivation. Blessings. So I do this on 3 different networks. So positive ability there. So
Hello.
how are you doing?
Doing good, thank you. My name's Robert.
Blessings, Robert.
So I just came on Scope and I saw what your bio said, and but you sound very motivational. I mean, like a motivational speaker, kind of.
Blessings, my friend. So where are you calling from?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay, not too far away from here. All right. Okay, so you do some form of a physical type of labor, yeah?
Physical? Well, I do a lot of walking.
Yeah, so that's how you start to release the ability to utilize what you do have.
Okay.
So in other words, I've been meditating for almost a decade, so I can actually read energy within a human being. So
Okay.
that is how you relate to the rest of the things. When you don't do that thing, the rest of the things don't feel like they're being achieved, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's my work. Yeah, I feel like if I don't go to work, I feel like I feel like nothing. It was horrible when I wasn't able to work for 3 months. I felt like I was going crazy.
I completely understand.
I couldn't wait to go back to work.
Yeah, because you like to stand. You like to put yourself in a place where you're doing a little bit of the physical. It doesn't matter any level of profession. There's going to be people who enjoy the physical aspect of it, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So that actually affects the depth perception and the thought process because you like to work with teams.
I like to work with what?
Teams.
Oh.
People. You like to work with people.
Yes. I'm sorry. A little hard of hearing. Yes.
Sure.
I do a lot. Yes, thank you.
Sure. So now you can definitely see what I'm talking about. I've been doing meditation for almost a decade. So here's the thing. The external is just a reflection, okay? So if you allow yourself from within yourself to start to manifest it, then the things on the outside will become a manifestation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So write them down in front of yourself and use what you do have so that you can achieve that. So utilize this time as a place where you can achieve those things that you want to achieve for yourself. So since, are you hearing what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that even though you feel like you've been limited, right?
Yes, I do feel like I've been limited. I really do feel that way.
That limitation is a blessing. It's the ability for you to see that all of those things that you want to achieve, you can put down in front of yourself. So the universe, what it's asking you to actually do is utilize those gifts in a thought process so that you can see it. It's kind of like preparing for a mountain. So, you know, when somebody goes camping, they prepare all of their gear before they go camping.
Yes.
So that when they go camping, they can utilize what they do have.
Yes, exactly. I feel like ever since like this COVID hit, I just feel like I've been going through some rut. I feel like I'm trying to heard you talking about, you know, the law of the universe, and you know, and I'm a Christian though, but anyway, but I believe there's law of the universe for people that don't
Sure.
believe.
So Newton talked about this law. For each action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So this means that when it's brought down to what the universe thinks, our thought process should be aligned with the universe. You with me on what I'm saying?
I understand.
So this universe doesn't think of things as let it goes. It doesn't think of things as forgive. It thinks about the knowledge in the lesson from it. How can we take this negative and positivity and turn it into a positivity? You with me? So,
Yes, sir.
because for each action, there's an equal and opposite. So what I'm saying is if you start to write this stuff down, as it comes to the brain, let yourself see it. Start to see how you can utilize it in a positive way. You'll start to utilize it in that way. This is a place of growth for you. It's a place of ability to see that the ability to do these things are within you. You hearing me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's that this time is giving to you. So if you see the blessing in this, you can actually take what looks like it's a negative in front of you and you can turn it into a positivity.
I see.
So that's why for 30 minutes every day I talk about focus, because it's finding that foundation that helps the energy within our body, because a lot of the energy that you flow with is the red energy field. That's the ability to stand the ground. That's the type of thing where you're up and walking and you have these kind of different types. There's 7 different body codes. There's 7 different energy fields within the human being. And so each relates to the human being in a different way, and they have a complete combination on the way in which they work inside the human being.
Okay.
So it affects your thought process, it affects your depth perception, and recognize that it isn't somebody else. It's not facing off against somebody else. It's you versus you. And so when it's you using the universe, this is actually, it's there as a friend. What's happening right now is actually a friend for you. It's the positive to see that when you identify that friend is working in your favor.
Okay.
So recognize that you are in a place of growth.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always growing, but it just sometimes it feels never ending. But something I've always been the type of person that I never give up no matter what, even how low things may go or seem, or how low things, or I may feel like I can never, catch up or something. I just
Well, that's because you always have the color red around you.
I never give up.
You always see the color red around you. It's always there. Everywhere you go, you see red roses, you see red. And you like to stand your ground, and people start to see that, and that's what they see inside of you.
Okay.
So this type of energy is the standing the ground aspect inside, is the ability to actually do so. So that's part of what drives you. So for you to not have that type of energy flowing in your system, it stops your thought process from being able to work. Your human organ, which is the orange energy field, doesn't flow as much, and the depth perception is the one that's affected the most. The actual ability to where the perception is. And so from there, the nervous system, because it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then like cable colored white. Like, you know, you would hear like white noise, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes, yes.
in that sense is what it is. It's like a cable colored, and it's every single human being has these kind of energies inside of themselves.
So are you saying that my color is red?
Yes.
Okay.
Even in the picture, it literally is. I mean, and so recognizing how to utilize that. So that's where that area of writing stuff down will start to become your friend. So you can use that as a positive part of a map, recognizing that the upper energy fields at this time are a place to work on. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily to overpower one. It's just the place of relation comes through the red energy field within yourself.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I would write things down for the future. I would put myself in a place where I started exercising into seeing how I can turn this into positivity. I would start to utilize this is a gift, what I'm saying to you, so that way you can see that the right time will come. It's up to you to prepare for it. You hearing what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So think about this time as the time to prepare yourself for your hike, for your mountain in front of you.
Okay. All right.
Is that?
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Connect
Thank you
with
very
my
much.
connect with my network, motivation, meditation, inspiration.yoga. I got a lot of videos about how to get your mindset in that way. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day. Okay.
You too.
So that was a really wonderful thing to be able to help that person out there. I know that another person was looking at how we can start to get these things flowing. And so that's one of the ways to utilize the focus as a foundation, to utilize what we do have inside, so that the reflection outwards utilizes the ability to use the energy that you have available to yourself. That what you have inside is a blessing, that the tools in this universe can use the energy that you have inside of yourself. That when you focus and you put yourself in a place where you understand your relation with the universe, and so that you can become the right kind of tool in this universe, that ability has a lot of parts to how the focus can become a reflection of motivation within yourself. So I am actually doing energy readings and talking about utilization of the foundation of focus, utilizing ourselves to how we can actually do so. You're welcome to call in and actually do communication and working here to help people out, to actually help to uplift them. So how can we start to use these kind of ways to see these kind of preparations? Like that guy's relation with the red energy field was actually in such a way that this is a blessing for him to be able to get the depth perception going, to get the thought processes, the other parts within oneself to that place where they become a reflection on the outside. So each individual understanding how we utilize our thought process, how we utilize our level of focus, how we utilize the mastery that we have inside of ourselves, gives us this ability to overcome our own challenges. And so this is where real readings are actually happening, the ability to see that you can utilize this, that the challenges that we're facing off against are available for us to see that the universe is actually testing us to see if we have what it takes inside of ourselves. And so focusing to the point where the foundation gives us this ability to find that place is what it's about. Utilizing a foundation of focus, utilizing a foundation where other people see the reflection. Like he was saying, I can see the reflection of motivation. I can see that you are motivation. And so that is a reflection of focus. That is a mastery from within oneself to focus to the point where others can identify with the reflection of focus within you. And so, are you putting yourself in a place where, you're reading positivity, where you're putting things in your way so that you are achieving your dreams and your goals, to where you are preparing yourself for the mountains that you are climbing? Like in this case, with this last person that I spoke to, the energy field within was starting to work its way up. And so when we recognize what we have inside and how we have the ability to utilize what we do have, we start to recognize that it isn't versus somebody else. It's you versus you. It's you that has the ability to find those ultimate tools that you have inside of yourself to get to the place inside of you. And so if you'd like to get a reading done, you can leave a comment on one of my multiple feeds and we will get connected. We'll start to get this thing going. We'll start to get those energies flowing in your way and in your direction. And so how can we start to get to the point where lighting up this world comes from a foundation of focus? How can we start to, radiate a level of focus that other people start to see that within you, that you are a reflection of motivation, that you have the ability inside of yourself to achieve that kind of light, that what it takes is for you to be yourself. When you're using tools and you have the right tool, the ability to utilize it in this universe gives you the ability to use what you do have. It gives you the ability to recognize that you can achieve things, that you can get to that place inside of yourself, that the reflection radiates outwards from within. And so that is why utilizing what you do have and all the tools that are available to you are important. So that way you can become that kind of tool in this universe. Like I was saying, the reflection of focus is motivation. The reflection of focus is the ability to see that the tools that you have are sufficient to be yourself, that they don't need somebody else to achieve them for you, that what you are achieving inside of yourself is utilizing the tools that you have. And so these are blessings that come to us on a daily basis. These are things that are asking us in this universe, is it possible for you to utilize this universe in such a way that the reflection radiates outwards from within you? And so recognizing that that can happen for you, that the things that are not meant for you can move out of the way, is getting to the place of focus where you can achieve that's most important. Allowing yourself to go through the process where you are becoming that within yourself, where you are achieving an ability to where the challenges start to become blessings in this universe, where you are that kind of a tool where the things that you're going through on a daily basis give you the ability to see that the tools that you ultimately have inside of yourself can achieve what you want to become. And so this is why positivity works so well, because when we see that the things that we have in front of ourselves and we're looking for the best possible outcome, then the things that we have failed at only become an ability to turn them into positivity. They only become the ability to become that person inside of ourselves where the reflection radiates outwards, where the level of focus within oneself becomes that kind of light, where we can prepare ourselves for the challenges that we have in front of ourselves, where we can see that positivity and negativity is just waiting to be turned into positivity. It's waiting for you to see if you have the tools. The universe is asking you the question, can you do with this? Can you utilize this? Can you put yourself in a place where what you have inside can become that kind of reflection? Can you give yourself that kind of ability? Can you get to that place inside of yourself where the challenges that you have move out of the way because you are coming through? And so there are multiple energy fields that are utilized in focus. There are multiple tasks, there are multiple gifts that you have. And it isn't about somebody else. It's about you versus you. It's about you utilizing what you do have. It's about you having the ability to get down with the person that you truly are inside. That giving yourself that ability to have an able mentality to utilize what you have allows the universe to test you in such a way that you are the right tool, that you have the right ability, that you have the ability to challenge the things that other people would say are impossible, that other people's mindsets would not be able to achieve, and that are intended for you to overcome, for you to find the way to climb that mountain, for you to prepare yourself to turn them into positivity, to put them in such a way that those types of challenges no longer have the ability to affect you. And understanding these types of things gives us the ability to see that the universe has the ability to use what you ultimately have inside of yourself. And so when you focus to that point where you are listening to positivity, where you are speaking it out, where you are allowing the energy fields within your being to work, when you are allowing the parts of who you are to be utilized, when you are giving yourself the ability to become that kind of focus, the reflection that other people understand is that you are a reflection of motivation. It is when other people call you things that you can see the positivity in it. It is when other people call you things that they can identify with what you are saying. So recognize that definitely utilizing the tools that you have is what is important. You know, if you can write stuff down, write stuff down. If you can speak stuff out, speak stuff out. If you can sing stuff out, sing stuff out. If you could put yourself in a place where you're utilizing the energy within the human being, then the energy within yourself will start to flow. The energy will start to use your level of focus, and this universe will definitely test you. It will ask you the question if you have a level of focus where your foundation is within yourself. That is something that we each individually have to ask ourselves. We each have to get down with the person that we are inside. We each have to get to the place where the reflection radiates outwards from within who we are. And so we don't have to master anything but ourselves. We don't have to master anybody else but our own level of focus. We have to get to the place where these types of challenges no longer have the ability to hold you back. Where when you're writing stuff down, you are putting yourself in a place where that level of focus is giving you the beacon. That level of focus is giving you the ability to be positive. That level of focus is giving you the place where the reflection is what other people are calling you, exactly like that. That is a reflection of motivation. And so that answers the first question. How can you utilize this in the universe? Other people, when they see you as motivation, they see you as a level of focus that they also want to achieve, that they want for themselves. So recognizing you doing your own, being yourself, is a blessing. Utilizing the challenges that you have is a blessing. Getting through the things that you go through on a daily basis gives you the ability to become that form of liberation. So that's where we start to ask ourselves these types of questions. Like I was saying, I am doing readings for those people who need readings. Connect with my networks, Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration.yoga, my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you need a reading done, if you just feel like your energy inside of your body needs that place where that foundation can be identified, where that level of focus can be utilized within yourself, recognize that this is for you. This is for you to start to achieve things that you want to achieve in your day, that you want to achieve in your week for yourself. And so that is a blessing. It is a blessing to have challenges. It is a blessing to be in a place where we can achieve things, where the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis come from our own level of focus, to where when the universe bends around us, because we are so focused that the reflection comes out, that other people start to be the ones that call you things. Other people start to see that what you have inside of yourself gives you the ability to get down with who you are on a daily basis. And so I'm doing energy readings. So I utilize motivation, meditation, and inspiration on a daily basis. And I've been doing meditation for almost a decade. So let's go ahead and look at how we can use the foundation of focus. So a lot of people don't see the tools that they truly have inside of themselves. You're also welcome to call in too. So I do my own form of meditation. My form of meditation is a full practice of meditation. You can definitely go view my stuff on Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration.yoga. I was being asked about a different form of meditation, and that's a blessing too. However, meditation is a progression of self-study. It's a place where the focus has a foundation where the study within oneself starts to head into this place. And this is the 30 minutes of focus that I've achieved. So let's go ahead and start talking about meditation a little bit. Let's go ahead and start getting into this. So as soon as the reflection of meditation starts to come through you, it starts to utilize this being. It starts to utilize the law of Newton's second law, which is for each action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so the question that I was asked here was, what is the ultimate purpose of meditation? The ultimate purpose of meditation itself is to master oneself, to master the universe in such a way that it has the ability to utilize what you have, to where you could become a tool in this universe, where the connection with your focus, your internal absorption starts to hit a place within yourself, that this universe within yourself starts to heat up, where the inner universe within yourself starts to become the student, where your level of focus becomes a foundation, where it starts to become a place within yourself, where the challenges that you start to face off against allow you to climb the mountain of knowledge within oneself, to get from the darkness to the light. It's like being put in a tunnel by yourself. And so this classroom, okay, with focus is the student. Focus is the student inside the classroom. And so my network is Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration.yoga. If you would like a reading, you can definitely hop on here. Let's go ahead and get you on so we can answer some of these questions for you. So when we utilize what we do have, it's never about what you don't have. It's about utilizing the level of focus to become the student inside of the classroom. It's as simple as breath. It's as simple as an internal breath becoming the level of focus within you. That internal absorption manifests on the outside. And that level of focus radiates a reflection known as motivation. So earlier, I had somebody who called in, and the first things that they were saying is, I can see the reflection that's your motivation. And so when we focus to that point, we achieve that level of focus almost a decade. So I was asked, how long have I been doing meditation? So when we get to that place where when we're writing stuff down, where we're turning things positive, we're listening to positivity, we're putting ourselves in a place where that connection can go inwards. The student is inside of the classroom. The internal breath is within us. The energy fields start to break down like subjects inside of that human being. They start to ask you the question of, how high is your elevation? Because there is levels of elevation. There is fight and flight, slavery and emotion, time and organization, and ultimately focus and knowledge. So it's asking you, can you become that kind of student in the subjects within yourself, the actual energies within yourself? Can you start to master the energy within yourself to where you can go from Qigong, which is the higher level, the lower level, which is Kundalini? And so meditation is a progression. It's a constant progression. So I do meditation for a minimum of 1 hour a day. So there's internal mastery of meditation, of the internal breath, to focus on becoming the student, to get to the place where the able mentality from your level of focus can start to heat up inside of oneself, can start to extract the knowledge inside of oneself, to be inside of the classroom, which is the center breath. This being as an internal breath, and it has an outgoing breath. So at the center breath is where the student starts to extract the knowledge inside. The student starts to be patient with oneself, starts to use the foundation within oneself, to study oneself, to observe the ability that the knowledge inside is sufficient, that the ability for the students to start to extract that kind of knowledge inside of oneself. And so as we extract that kind of knowledge from a foundation of focus, the mastery of meditation becomes a reflection of meditation. It is when other people call you that. See, what it is to put yourself in a tunnel by yourself in the dark. And if you could imagine you were left by yourself, and the only thing they said is at the end of the tunnel, there is light. So it ends up being you versus you, and nobody else is going to pick you up for you. It is all you versus you. It is all you mastering you. It is all about you overcoming your challenges, you learning the lessons inside of yourself, getting to the place where you can progress through the progression of Kundalini and Qigong. So I do. So this is why you got to connect with my network, because it all starts with a focus mentality. It all starts with the ability to hear what I'm saying on a daily basis, to put yourself in a way. Subscribe to my networks. So I was asked, how do you start these kind of classes? It's simple to learn how to meditate. It's not simple to continue and to understand the progression. And so as one starts to reflect outwards with this, as one starts to expand the knowledge within oneself, as they start to get to the place where the reflection radiates outwards, the subjects within oneself start to release themselves, so you can learn the lesson from the knowledge which is sufficient within oneself. And so there are a lot of people that have done this and utilize this universe in this way. And so how we can utilize this is by recognizing that we are a student inside of the classroom, and that we are also the teacher. And so as the external breath goes, it gives you the ability to have the test and to allow it to be a part of this being. It allows the energy within oneself to utilize what you do have, the simplicity of your breath, the simplicity of the ability to be yourself, the simplicity to test the knowledge inside of yourself, to extract the knowledge inside of oneself beyond the opinion, to gain the true lesson, which sometimes inside of oneself, one of the ways that one can learn that meditation is truly working inside of oneself is when they are patient and they find that their own thought process was not the right angle, where the actual lesson was able to be extracted within oneself, and that we were able to test the knowledge that we have inside, that we are able to utilize what we have inside so that we can be a student and we can extract the true knowledge inside of oneself, that the things that aren't meant for you move out of the way, that when you're patient with yourself and you give yourself time to progress through meditation, that becomes a reflection on the outside. That's when other people start to call you things. That's when the light inside of yourself starts to radiate outwards. That is when other people start to call you a teacher, as when you start to give yourself that kind of time. It's when they call you those things. It's when they say those things, they start to recognize those things within you. They start to recognize that it is a self-mastery, that self-knowledge shows as a reflection of self-love, that the ability to utilize what you have is what is important. You're looking at one. So I was asked, can you suggest some teachers of meditation? So utilize my network, Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration.yoga. Get connected, listen to my stuff, listen to how I speak about it, how you can utilize it on a daily basis. Start utilizing it for yourself. Start getting down to the foundation within oneself where the breath starts to become it. Watch my videos of meditation and how I did meditation. so that you can start to utilize these things for yourself. And so I have been doing it so long that I can actually see the energy fields within a human being. I can actually see the ability for the universe to work in such a way that the tools that I have the ability to work for you. Yep. So I was asked, are these available on YouTube? Yes, they are. So when we use what we have, when we use the knowledge and the focus within ourselves, motivation, meditation, inspiration. Go to my website, motivation, meditation, inspiration.yoga. At the top, there's a link to my YouTube channel. And so when we go through these types of things, we start to use these things in such a way that the ability to use our internal breath and our external breath, our knowledge and our focus, our ability to use these things on a daily basis become available to us. So I know that you are trying to reach through here, Margarita, because I know you've been waiting quite some time, for a patient time, for me to actually do a reading for you. So you're welcome to call in. And that was one of the periscopes. So when we connect our focus and our knowledge, there's a place called a classroom. There's a place inside of ourselves where we have the ability to utilize what we do have, where the connection within can start to become a reflection, where the challenges that we face off against, other people start to identify us as...
Salam alaikum, bratan. Maya chaya Nepali ma. You see?
I only speak English, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bratish.
Well, I do hope that you have a blessed day, but I don't speak any other language. So when we utilize what we have inside, we have the ability to achieve levels where other people aren't willing to go. And this has been happening throughout time. This has been happening for a very long time. A lot of people have achieved a level of focus and knowledge where they're centered inside of the discipline that they choose to utilize. This creates people that create ripples in this universe. It creates a place where the classroom becomes that kind of reflection, where the challenges that we face off against, we start to overcome, where the things that we're going through come from the whole being utilized. Okay, so the link is on my Periscope as well. It's on my Periscope. So when we utilize these types of things on a daily basis, to where we're using what we have, which is our whole being, then the light that radiates in this universe reflects outwards, that uplifts other people. It gives other people to see that you have what it takes. It gives other people the ability to use what they have inside of themselves. It gives other people the ability to recognize that they can face off against their own challenges, that they can achieve places inside where uplifting other people can come from you being yourself. It's a blessing. It's there for you. It's there to uplift you. It's there to help you along your journey. And you know, like I was saying, I did 3 readings last night. I had 3 different people lined up waiting for their readings, because they recognize that that is what it is. The universe is utilizing what I have been working on for years to help people out. And this has been going on throughout time. There have been people that have achieved a level that I also have as well too. And so this is an ability to see that you can do that yourself as well too. So when we utilize our knowledge and our focus, and we are centered inside of our classroom, this place becomes a discipline. This place becomes a reflection. And so that's when the universe sees us as a light in this universe. That's when the universe starts to use what you have. That's when you start to recognize that you are sufficient to be yourself, that you can achieve things that others would not achieve because they're not willing to go to the level where you are willing to go. They're not willing to get down with themselves. They're not willing to face off against themselves. They're not willing to be who they truly are on the inside. And so how do we start to utilize this to where we light up other people's worlds, to where they start to see that they can do this as well. They can become this within themselves. They can achieve this, that they have a light inside of themselves. How can we start to bless other people from you being yourself? So when you recognize that discipline is a reflection of inspiration, that other people can become inspired from you, from your own story, from you sharing the challenges that you have been through and how you overcame your own challenges. It's when their light starts to shine. It's when their ability to see that they have inside of themselves is what it's about. It's from you having the challenges that you face off against and you overcome your own challenges. And so how does knowledge and focus connecting together reach that place of discipline within you? How does it get to the place within yourself where the light radiates outwards, where the expansion of knowledge within oneself radiates, where that ability for you to see that you can face off against your challenges and that the knowledge and focus can create a whole being utilizing this ability that you can see you have inside of yourself sufficient energy, sufficient ability, sufficient focus, that the knowledge has the ability to be extracted, has the ability to be utilized, has the ability to use what you have, that you are right for your position, you are right for your day, you are right for your life, that those types of challenges no longer have the effect over you, that you are putting ripples in the universe in such a way that even when you are gone, other people are seeing their lights shine brighter because you were there. And so that is what it means to become a reflection of inspiration. It means to use what you have. It means to use the ability to be yourself. It means to use the ability that you're going to face off against challenges and you are going to fail. And that when you fail, you are succeeding because you are giving yourself the ability to get back up. You're giving yourself the ability to find that you can achieve it, that you have it within yourself to overcome your own challenges. And so that is a blessing. That is an absolute blessing to have challenges in our day. And so when we connect our focus and our knowledge and it's centered within oneself, when we are using the point of discipline, we are utilizing that knowledge and that focus, those kind of ripples uplift other people. And we need these kind of people in the world. We need these kind of people to where the day becomes a beautiful thing because they are passionate about what they're doing. They are passionate about their challenges. They are passionate about their successes. They are passionate about their ability to be who they are on the inside, and that the radiating light within oneself radiates outwards. That it has that ability to connect yourself to where other people identify with you as a reflection, where they need your light to shine bright, so their light shines brighter just by you being there. By you being there, the light becomes lighter. The ability for them to overcome their own challenges, to hear the types of things that you have been through, the types of things that you go through on a daily basis, blessings are available to them. They're available within them, that they can do it, that they can achieve it, that they can become it, that there's nothing that has the ability to stop the one who is willing to focus to the point where the foundation within oneself becomes a reflection on the outside, that the knowledge is sufficient within oneself to achieve a place where discipline is you, where you become the mastery, where you master the one thing that matters, yourself. You master this one thing where other things become brighter just because you're there, just because you chose to wake up. So, recognizing that you are important, every part of yourself. I don't understand this question that I'm being asked. but I've a doubt. Can I ask it? So I am here, and you're welcome to call in. You're actually welcome to call in and ask your question. So how we utilize the mastery of oneself has been written. There are so many motivational speakers who talk about what I'm talking about. They don't talk about the complete connection. They don't talk about the focus and knowledge to center oneself at a place of discipline where you are the discipline, where you are the change, where you are the light in this universe, that you are an inspiration, that the challenges that you face off against are waiting for you to overcome. They're waiting for you to ask yourself if you can do it, if you can become it, if you can achieve it within yourself, if you can get to that place of light within yourself. So go ahead and ask the question that you are going to ask. There is definitely, if you would like to look into it, go look at the Gavati. It'll actually talk about these energy fields, and one that I actually can utilize to read energy within a human being. So when we utilize these types of things, we utilize the ability to use what is really there. So when we use this thing as a classroom, and we are a student and a teacher of ourselves, when the knowledge becomes sufficient to where the ability to overcome our own challenges come to us. And so this type of question is a very good question. So do we get any sort of supernatural power by meditating? Okay, I want to take this from a scientific aspect. If they put a heat scanner over your body, you're going to see different color energies inside of yourself. You're going to see the ability for you to read these energies is right there in front of you. Which means that if you meditate enough, if you reach a level of achievement, you can see the energy that that same heat sink can see as well too. I can see this. I can see these energies within a human being. So they are physically there. They are absolutely there. And that is an ability to see things that others wouldn't see from a level of focus where the knowledge becomes sufficient within oneself. The ability to achieve a place within ourselves becomes available, that the discipline becomes a reflection of inspiration. These types of blessings are available to those who meditate. The ability to overcome our own challenges. The ability for things that are not meant for us to move out of the way. The ability for you to achieve a level where your focus moves the things out of the way for you so that you can achieve yourself, that you can achieve who you truly are on the inside. It's called the Gavati. It's an Indian text. So when we utilize the challenges that we have inside of ourselves, and we recognize that it isn't somebody else versus you. When other people see your light shine from within yourself, when other people start to see that the challenges that they're facing off against are no different than your own, their ability to master their own thought process, to master their own knowledge inside of themselves starts to become sufficient. Then the light inside of ourselves radiates outwards. It starts to give other people the ability to start to see that you can master yourself as well. You can master your ability within you. You can master your ability to overcome your own challenges. That the handicaps can become a positivity. They can become something worth challenging yourself about. They can become something worth giving yourself the ability to focus to the point where knowledge becomes extracted within oneself, where the study and progression within oneself can go through the pages within oneself to the point where the energy becomes available, where the energy within oneself can give you the ability to see things that others would not see. That also is another. The Patanjali script talks about some of the meditations that I actually do. So I have listened to the complete Patanjali script, and I can understand it very, very well. So recognizing that the stage of Alpha, beta is the important piece. The Shiva and Shakti energy within the human beings are utilized properly. The energies that we have available to us are there. Lights up other people's days when you recognize that you have this ability within yourself to achieve it. And so that is a blessing to get to that place. Let me go ahead and end my YouTube video here. Blessings and namaste.